Hello everyone, we would like to introduce the Chart Guys' newest course, Essential Candlesticks and the Patterns that they create. This is something that I, 9 years into my trading journey, take for granted. I look at a chart and I can instantly, subconsciously know what the candlestick shapes are telling me, the patterns that they are creating, and the market psychology that's going on behind the scenes to create those candlestick shapes. Obviously, I had to learn this at some point, and it was literally step number 1 of my technical analysis education journey was understanding what these candlestick shapes are telling us. So after going through this 12-hour course, you'll be able to understand why candlesticks are essential for trading success, develop your own ability to observe and react to the market trends and changes, develop an understanding of market psychology and how this phenomenon influences price action, as well as a whole bunch more. I'm going to link this website in the description of this video so you can check out more information for yourself. We've got examples of the modules and we break down exactly how this course is compiled. And essentially what it is a big chunk of book learning. So it's going to break down what these patterns are telling us: 2 candlestick bullish patterns, 3 candlestick bullish patterns, 2 candlestick bearish patterns, so on and so forth. Some live examples of those patterns playing out, and then tying it all together as to how we can use understanding these patterns to benefit our trading. My partner, Chart Guys Jason, goes through the meat of this course, breaking down all these individual patterns. I personally chime in with more abstract psychological topics of discussion, the art of observation, the psychology of a candle, and things of that nature. But we look forward to you checking this course out, and we appreciate your support as always. Have a great rest of your day. Hey crypto friends, we're going to start it off with a little bit of fundamental news that's come out. We got the CBOE resubmitting their ETF proposal. So a little bit odd. It was really the government shutdown that led to them pulling that and then resubmitting it. So that's still on the table. Still factoring it in as unlikely to pass because of the hurdles that they have to get over in terms of proving a lack of manipulation and all of that, but worth being aware of because it is a possibility. And if it were to get approved, I think it would surprise the market enough that we could get a little bull run based off of that. We also got Fidelity, and Fidelity is my broker of choice for trading stocks. So Fidelity may formally launch its crypto custody service in March. Please, Fidelity, hit a deadline. Bakkt really fell on their face, and I remember making a video maybe 6 months ago that said, Bakkt, just hit the deadline. Just come out when you say you're going to come out. Obviously, that didn't happen. Very disappointing. So Fidelity may formally launch its crypto in March. We'll see, but keeping an eye on that and very curious to see how Fidelity is going to incorporate the crypto space with their current platform. So getting into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, and BNB. So Bitcoin, we had some continued bearish weakness since my last video, but the momentum is shifting a little bit since then, and we are looking for the chart to load. And then we're going to be looking for a daily higher low to form. So we had our low. It looked like a bear flag, a very weak bounce attempt. We headed back down. If we had broken support of 33.37, that would have confirmed the bear flag. The bulls bounced off some support. They're putting up a little bit of a fight here down in the lower $3,300 range. So here on the 4-hour time frame, we can see a bear break with little lower high and lower low, but some solid bullish action in the last 12 hours. And what stands out the most to me is the increasing bullish volume. Last time we saw decreasing bullish volume, it led to a dump to lower lows. Then we saw increasing bullish volume, and it led to a couple days or a full day of bullish action there. So what we're looking at right now is this going to be an equilibrium on the 4-hour time frame with a lower high being set compared to 34.73, and then we need to consolidate tonight for a higher low for this range to continue tightening up? Or are the bulls going to have enough momentum on this increasing bull volume to break 34.73, confirm a clear 4-hour trend change, and give us a little daily trend change as well? It's not an ideal daily trend change because we still have the daily exponential resistance. So even if we break that resistance level of 34.73, that daily exponential resistance is right there. But in terms of what I mean by a trend change, we have our low, high of the bounce, we pulled back for a higher low, and now bulls are going to try and break that level. It's certainly a much different kind of trend change than what the bulls would ideally like to be seeing, with just nice, clear levels. It would be a little mini daily trend change. I'm trying to explain the difference here as best I can, but when you have a very clear, I'm trying to look for an example, and we certainly don't have many in the cryptocurrency space recently. This is a very clear daily trend change back in June and July. So we saw a solid bounce, and then we needed to see a higher low and higher high, and we got that. So this is taking place over a lot more time, is essentially the biggest difference. This took place over multiple weeks to change that daily trend, whereas this little bounce attempt right now is trying to change the trend in a 4-day span. So I definitely take it with a grain of salt. Yes, it's a little higher low and higher high if we do break that resistance, but comparative to what we would like to be seeing in an ideal scenario for the bulls, it's not that. So if we get over the daily exponential resistance, we're going to say that our weekly higher low has formed. So we have our low on the weekly, the high of the bounce of 42.39, and now we're looking for a higher low to try and form on the weekly time frame. Have to get over those daily exponential resistances, which have been continuously rejecting the price on the daily time frame the past few weeks. Get over those levels, and it will be a convincing enough bounce on the daily time frame that we will call our weekly higher low established, and we'll then be making our way up towards weekly exponential resistance. So bulls have a chance. They're not rolling over here. They're trying to defend some support. Some could potentially make the argument that this is a descending wedge on the daily time frame. If we were looking at resistance levels and looking at support levels, something along those lines. But again, bull break is great in terms of price level, but I still need to see the bulls clear these exponential resistances and turn them into support before we see a notable shift in momentum. So zooming back into the 4-hour time frame, what's going to be the indication that we have rejected from 34.73 and that we're going to form a lower high? The answer is losing the hourly uptrend. So the last higher low was just established at 34.21. If we lose that level, we're going to say, all right, our 4-hour lower high has been set, and we're going to see an equilibrium into tomorrow. If the bulls keep the hourly uptrend, they keep control, and we're going to make our way to this resistance. So the short term is all about the hourly uptrend and how long the bulls can keep control of it. Ethereum on the daily chart, same kind of setup where we have our low, the top of the little short-term bounce, and then our higher low, just barely holding support. Bulls have to see a break of 110 for a clear bull break. Again, the daily exponential resistance will be right there even if we do get the bull break. So have to take the bull break with a grain of salt because those daily exponential resistances are so close. You can see we're further from breaking to a higher high on the 4-hour time frame than we are on Bitcoin right now. So we got our low, high of the bounce, higher low, and watching for a lower high to form compared to 101.97 and potential continued tightening 4-hour range into tomorrow. The 4-hour, or I should say the weekly time frame here, still looking for the higher low. And again, the daily chart needs a lot more bounce for us to be looking for a weekly higher low to be set on Ethereum. Have to change that daily trend and have to get over the daily exponential resistances. Litecoin's still standing out as a bull. Compared to these other two names, it is the strongest. Look at this daily candlestick and the daily volume behind it. We never broke key support of 29.41 on the pullback of the last week. And we're looking at 34 resistance. So this is a much more clear trend change if we get it, where we have some choppy sideways action. We have our low of the pullback, high of the bounce, higher low just barely held support. And if we were to break $34, it's a much more clear trend change. It's taking place over a lot longer of a time period. The daily exponential resistances are not a factor at this point. And for the weekly time frame here, you can see we are closer to forming a higher low on Litecoin than we are on Ethereum right now, building a base of support at 30 psychological, and a break of 41.27 would be significant if we can get over that level. Got some stock trades going through right now mid-video. That's what that pop-up is. So the daily time frame, if we can't break $34, we're going to be looking for continued tightening daily range into next week. But the bulls have some solid momentum in their favor, and if we look at this 4-hour time frame, clearly they're standing out bullish as we have broken the high of back 2 days ago. And if we look at that high on Bitcoin from back 2 days ago, we have not broken it yet. So Litecoin continues to stand out day by day as a lead bull out of these three. XRP had that big short-term pump, and I mistakenly said that it was due to the news. That news was a little bit older. It was an interview that was the reason, in my opinion, for this pump up. But bulls gave a lot of that back. So now we have a tightening daily range to watch. 285 support, 342 resistance, and now here's the bulls trying to form their higher low at 30 cents. If we get bounce follow through, we're going to look for a lower high compared to 342 and a tightening daily range. The 4-hour time frame trying to shift this momentum and change the 4-hour trend to give us the daily higher low, but not enough bounce just yet for us to be confident that that is the case. So a tightening 4-hour or a tightening daily range on XRP is the most likely scenario as we head into next week. BNB, so we highlighted the tight daily inside bars, and we certainly got a break and a little bit of a fake out here. So we were highlighting the tightening 4-hour pattern with higher lows and lower highs. We had a bear break, but when you see a key bear break of a tight equilibrium, you need to ensure that all of the levels break. So we broke support, but we held the low. So that ended up being a double bottom at 594. So being unable to break that resistance level was a red flag for the bears, or I should say that support level was a red flag for the bears, and it also became a bottom fishing play. Once we held that level, we formed an inside bar bull break, and then there's our significant follow through. And now we got more inside bars just breaking bullish as well. So bottom line is, was there a fake out there? Yes, there was, but that's the kind of scenario where if you make a bearish entry on the bear break, hopefully it's only a small loss to exit when you realize, hey, we didn't break the low of that pullback, support held, and we're starting to shift momentum back to the bulls. And if you acted on a break of the 4-hour lower highs, you were acting on this 620 level breaking resistance. And at this point, that is a nice 6% gain for the bulls. So now we zoom out to the daily time frame. Now that the 4-hour trend has changed, we have our high, low of the pullback, which is a double bottom now. And now we're scouting the daily lower high to form anywhere above 721. Lose the 4-hour uptrend, and that's the indication that our daily lower high has been established. Last 4-hour higher low was all the way down here at 611, so we'll anticipate that the bulls are going to be able to form another higher low next time we consolidate on the 4-hour time frame. So I had a little gut feeling today, and I normally don't act on gut feelings, but I do pay attention to them. And my gut feeling was to start paying attention to the cryptocurrency bulls in February and March. So that's just sharing that with you. By no means would I act on that, and I'm certainly not buying anything based on that gut feeling, but I'm going to start, mentally getting myself ready to get back into this space if we do see momentum shift, and going to be paying a little bit more attention than I have been over the last month in terms of just making sure I'm checking in on things and not letting that bull shift in momentum slip past me. So I appreciate you all watching. I hope you continue to do good things out there. Gonna go to some funk tonight. Pigeons playing ping pong and the Fritz. A couple local bands. Check them out if you like the funk. Should be fun. Appreciate anybody who checks out the new course as well. And we'll see you over the weekend. Have a great Friday.